in 3, 2, 1.
I'm Jerry Trupiano, and you're listening to the I Love Shanny Show. Oh, Shanny, are you home?
Hello, my darlings, and yes, I am home. Welcome to the I Love Shanny Show. Boy, do we've got a show for you in store today. This is a melodic heavy metal band created in 2015, and we've got the lead vocalist and guitarist, Ghee. Welcome to the show from Mind of Fury. Welcome.
Thank you. How are you today?
I am so wonderful. Thank you so much for taking some time to come on to the show and let our listeners get to know you here and hopefully become major fans of your band like I am.
Cool. Thank you very much for having me and really for showing interest in our band.
Oh, absolutely. You guys rock. Okay. So, I always like to get into, I like the listeners to get to know the artist a little bit, right? Because if you can connect with people, then it's a lot easier, I believe, for people to connect with your music, right? So yes. I want to go back to the early years of you and talk about what got you into music. Did you grow up in a musical family? Let's start there and, we will progress as we go along here.
All right. Cool. Thank you. Well, my family from my dad's side, we're very musical, but from my grandma's family, we're musical.
Oh, wow.
So everybody played something, instruments. Well, my grandma played piano. My dad went to music school. He is a pianist. He played the flute.
Oh, wow.
He had a progressive rock band in the early 70s in my country, Chile.
Very nice.
And my mom, she was an actress. So I think I got the music part from my dad and, the showmanship from my mom. Ooh. So that's how I became.
That is really awesome, Ghee. I mean, so you came from generations of music backgrounds, and then with your mother being an actress, I mean, absolutely. Wow. So it was basically in your genes to be a performer on some kind of level. What got you? Okay. So let's talk about, so there's your exposure. Let's talk about your early, what I like to ask people is the musician that you are today, right? If you could give yourself advice, right, like the 19-year-old you, because we do have young listeners, like some 18 to 26 that listen to the show. And it's sometimes it's an experienced musician that says something, or even a person that gives advice. And sometimes it just really clicks with people. So at your point right now, what advice as a musician would you give your younger self?
First of all, what I can say that I was exposed to music very early on when I was a baby, basically.
Oh.
And, I don't know, I could say maybe when I was 4 or 5, my biggest impact were the Beatles. The Beatles and Santana, Eric Clapton, the Woodstock Festival, that kind of stuff, Joe Cocker and
all the greats,
Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, but then when I grew older, you starting looking for your own stuff. Yeah, that's fine. That's what my dad liked, but I want to have my own stuff. Right. I would like to like my own thing too. I would never forget about that. I actually never did. Always loved the Beatles, always loved Deep Purple and Whitesnake. But then, it was impossible not to get influenced by Bon Jovi and Europe Pantera, Megadeth, Metallica, Yngwie Malmsteen, Stratovarius, Halloween, Gamma Ray, power metal bands from Europe, you know, Primal Fear, stuff like that. And, but I never forget, I will never forget the why I'm influenced by that people. Because of the impact they had on me. You know, it was like, I don't know, it's like seeing someone that it was like so special, so able to do something that is almost impossible. And I wanted to become that and entertain people and be a showman, you know, bring joy to people and inspire others to play an instrument and be great.
I love that.
So, and I think my purpose is that, you know, inspire others and show them that it's possible. That it's possible to be great. It's possible to write good songs. It's possible to other people love what you do, feel inspired as well, and they believe in what they're doing, so they want to be some kind of artist themselves. I think that's the beauty, and never surrender. Never surrender.
Amen.
You don't fail until you surrender. So it doesn't have to be. To me, it doesn't. I don't know, if you're a woman, or you're a man, you're I don't know, a black man, a Chinese man, a guy from South America, a guy from America, a guy from Europe or from Japan or whatever, China, woman, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you plant tomatoes, what are you going to get?
Tomatoes, yeah.
Okay. All right?
Yeah.
If you're old, if you're young, if you're mid-age, it doesn't matter. So you gotta, if you have something in your heart and you want to accomplish, it doesn't matter how young you are, how old you are, you know, you can do it too.
That is really great, you know, advice, and just, I mean, you know, and I appreciate you being so candid and sharing that, because you're absolutely correct. You know, never surrender, never give in to your dreams, you know, and continue to push and, you know, and stay true to yourself. I mean, that's what I got, you know, also listening to you is, you know, stay true to your roots, you know, but yet have your own, you know, style and, you know, vibe with it. And, very well said. Wow, you are absolutely amazing. Marianne told me you were amazing, but I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. So now you do lead vocals and the guitar. I've never been one, so I sing, but if I had to play an instrument while singing, I mean, I just don't think I can do it. So first of all, that in itself is a talent, and, kudos, hats off to you.
Thank you.
But now, do you, write your own music? And if so, what is your creative process when you're writing your songs?
All right. So yes, besides all of that you just said, yeah, I write the songs too.
Nice.
But I started as I wanted to be a drummer. That never happened because my dad didn't want to deal with the noise, the loudness of the drum kit.
Right.
So it was like, okay, a friend of mine got a guitar and that is not that loud. Would you buy me a guitar? And he said, yes. He wanted me to be a piano player, but I want to be a drummer.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't like piano. I went to school. I had a teacher, let's say, put it like that. I had a teacher that taught me how to play when I was really young. But I want to be, I don't know, I want to be like Richie Blackmore or James Hetfield or Yngwie, you know, not, John Lord is great, but didn't resonate with me. So yeah, he gave me a guitar. And that's why I was a guitar player. I was inspired by guitar players. And I wrote, of course, I wanted to write my own songs. And I always worked with singers. I was in a band, and then where we were 5 of us. And we had a singer and work together and everything. When I came to the States, I worked with Nick Marino. He's keyboard player for Ingve Malmsteen.
Oh, nice.
And we did a record together, and then I don't know, I was craving to do my own thing, you know. So I put together Mind of Fury with Mike Frankenbush, Mickey on bass, and Henry Moreno on drums. And the main concept of the band was to be like Van Halen or Pantera.
Woo! Yeah.
You know, or I don't know, Steel Dragon. The style was like, you know, Pantera meets Steel Dragon with that kind of voice. You know, like the band. You remember that movie Rockstar?
Yes.
Stand up and shout. That was the style of singing. You know, that I was out in my mind. So we started looking for a singer. We couldn't find one. So the guy's like, dude, we have heard you sing. You're not bad, man. You should do it. So, okay. I back since the beginning of my career as a musician, I was a backing vocalist. I always did background vocals, sing harmonies. So I was playing the chorus, maybe some intricate riff, but I was able to sing at the same time. So it didn't took me that long to figure out a way to sing and play guitar at the same time.
Oh,
and actually I use a headset. Like, for example, Kip Winger or, what's his name? Garth Brooks. He plays guitar, so he sings, you know. So I can move and keep on singing and playing at the same time. So I had to become a singer, and a good one. I think I'm good.
I love your voice. I mean, it was just mind blowing. I mean, we're going to talk more about that. I'm surprised you haven't been a lead singer your whole life.
Well, at the beginning, yes, but then I'm obsessed with guitar. First, I'm a guitar player. Mm-hmm. So my process is, I write the song first, the music, the riff. The riff is always first. You know, the riff is always first. I play, I come up with ideas. Sometimes the vocal melody, but it's music. It's not lyrics. That's my process, music. Mm-hmm. It could be melody, it could be a riff, it could be a drum beat or something that comes to my mind, and I translate it into a guitar or something. And then when I have the whole picture, the whole band, you know, I do a demo with the drum machine on the computer, and I play the bass and I do guitars or something, play some keyboards, stuff like that. I have the basic melody in my head. Then I record the melody with lyrics. And the feeling of the song will dictate what the lyrics are going to be about.
Wow. And yeah, so I mean, do you sometimes base so like riffs off of like your mood, or maybe something that you see that's going on around you or in the world, you know, or is it just kind of whatever, you know, comes to your mind for words, right? Sound is one thing, but putting words to it, I consider that like such a multi-talented, you know, level, and it sounds like you've got all of that.
Well, I can tell you this. It's a pain in the ass. but you know, what comes to me like very easily, it's the song, the music. Right. The melody, all that. It comes to me very, very fast. That comes together. I can write a whole song, musically structure, everything. I can put it together in one day, and then the next day work on the melody with the lyrics. But the lyrics, I don't know, it's like, okay, I'm gonna connect with with the fifth dimension or something. and it starts to come in. So probably sometimes it's the chorus that comes, what you know, something that I can hear in my mind, in my head, or my soul, I don't know. I can hear the chorus. And that will dictate the theme or the subject of the song. So then I start, once I have the chorus, I start doing the verse, the verses, the pre-choruses.
I love that. Now, let me ask you this. What was your favorite song that you wrote off of your new album that was just released? Number 3, correct?
Yeah. The number 3 album.
Yep.
It's the 3rd album, and it's titled 3. And we're 3 guys in the band, and everything is 3. Well, a favorite that I enjoy playing live, it's Wake Up Your Life and Never Again, The Screaming in Silence, Freedom Rain. My favorites from the album. I like them all, of course.
But I mean,
And
everybody's got their favorites of things.
Yeah.
And okay, so what makes your number 1 pick your favorite? Like, you know, like this is was it like an emotion song? Was it like something that you were just like, wow, I'm just really into this sound, this is a hit right here? Because the listeners love to get into the minds of the musicians too, because you know, a song can take on so many meanings to different people, especially when they're going through something or maybe they're in some kind of mood. And so I like to get all intimate, you know, I mean, not intimate, but you know, like intimate when it comes to kind of getting into your mind a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Wake Up Your Life. It's a song that I don't know. It's like it's melodic. It's fun. I can dance a little bit.
I love it.
It's something that moves me. Like all our albums have that kind of song. For example, if you listen to our first one, Do or Die, it's Holding On. It's, you know, that kind of 80s sound, you know, like.
I love it.
I don't know if you can hear this. You can hear that?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Wake Up Your Life starts like this. Let's go!
I love it. Oh, wow. Yay!
You know, it's like, oh yeah, it's melodic. It's like, you know, and the lyrics is about being positive and, you know, if you're feeling good, everything is going to be good, you know, and I don't know, wake up your life, stay positive, you know, and it's really, that's me, basically.
I really like that vibe, and especially in a time right now, like we need more of you. And your intro to that amazing song of Wake Up Your Life, and then to hear like the positive message behind it is super amazing. I am so glad that I got turned on to, you know, your band. And I'm just like, you know, here's the thing. Mind of Fury, you guys have like a very diverse sound, but it is like, you know, melodic metal. And I love to hear about your process, and especially that, you know, you've been exposed to music since you were a child, like a baby. And that really shines through. And it's not that there's not talented people that didn't come for them later in life, but you can tell that it was really absorbed, within your, tissues. That's what I'll say. You got music in your soul. Okay. So let me ask you this now. Do you guys have any venues and any, you know, shows that you want to talk about for 2024 and, what you're excited about for the year?
Yeah, well, this 2023 we had a good run of shows. We played a lot in South Florida. We're in Florida. We're a band from Orlando. We played a lot in South Florida. We did gigs here in Orlando. We played in Tampa. And actually, we're starting to, you know, feel that we're getting somewhere with this.
Nice.
Where more people coming to shows, stuff like that. So for 2024, we're working very closely with the label, Rock Avenue artist. That was the commercial that I did. Rock Avenue Records.
I love them. Marianne.
Marianne. So
Love
we're working with
Marianne.
them very closely, and we haven't have like nothing set in stone yet, but we're working on dates for next year, for the summer, some dates in February, January. We're about to be ready to go with those too.
That's awesome. Now, if there were venues out there and people listening that, love your music and want you guys to come play in their area, if that was like the West Coast or the Pacific Northwest, can they reach out to you and like say, hey, we want you guys up here or maybe at this festival? Are you guys open for that?
Definitely.
Nice.
Definitely.
Sweet.
Yes.
Because it's such a, the one thing I love about the music community is it's actually a community. And, it's like, supporting music, even outside is so important. Music has been around for thousands and thousands of years. It's brought us all together. And, I am just like, yes, you guys got to get your butts over to the West Coast and the Pacific Northwest and just shred it, like shred their ears open.
Oh yeah, I have so good memories from California. I was there in 2018.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I went there for the NAMM show.
Oh, how did you like NAMM?
Wow. I was so happy. I got there. I talked to somebody. First of all, I went here and talked to a guy that I met in a music store, Bay Central. His name is Michael Amico. And I said, dude, you know what? I have this crazy idea that I can go to the NAMM show, but I don't have a pass. Oh, no problem. We never go. So we will give you our passes. No problem.
Oh, wow.
So they gave me the pass and I traveled and went to the NAMM show, and I talked to this guy, Dean Cashone. He's from Boston, Massachusetts. He has DC custom guitars. And I said, hey, man, I'm going to be in NAMM 2018. Oh, cool. Let's meet somewhere. He gave me some directions to get to a booth or something.
Uh-huh.
So we met there. Of course, when this era, you see people on Facebook, you can see pictures. So I immediately, oh, man, how are you, dude? Blah, blah, blah. We've been talking for years. And he's like, oh, man, do you want to play? I'm like, yeah.
Of course.
So he gave me a guitar and I start playing. And then the guy, the owner of the booth, is Lizard Spit Products, guitar care products.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, dude, I'll endorse you in a minute, man. Right now. He gave me a case of stuff. And then he's like, okay, I'm going to build you a guitar. Really? Yeah. You're good, man. You kick ass. I'm like, hey, and can you get me something else? What do you want? I want strings. Okay, come with me. So we went to Sit Strings, Staying Tuning Strings, and we went to the booth and, hey, man, this is Ghee. Hi. Oh, dude, this guy plays his ass off. He's amazing. Would you endorse him? Yeah. Well, show me your social media and stuff. And they show a video. Oh, yeah. Immediately. Give me your name and everything. You got endorsed by them too. And then we went to another guy, Robert DeSanto from Stone Toe Products. It's basically it's part of a bridge. It gives you a lot of sustain for your guitar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll endorse you too. But dude, I think I was in that what's the name of that civic center or whatever you want to call it, gathering center, for 15 minutes, and I got endorsed by everybody. I'm like, what the hell is happening here, man?
That's so awesome.
It was great, and the vibe was so awesome. They said, hey, play it again. So they put a backing track or something, and I played. And then I opened my eyes, and I'm playing in front of all these people. It was great. It was amazing.
Wow.
So yeah, I have a very, very beautiful memory from the NAMM show 2018 in California and everything.
Nice.
So
now, do you plan on going in the future? Like, is there like future NAMM in your future one of these years?
Yeah, actually, I was talking to Marianne about it, but probably next year. not 2024, maybe 2025.
Well, that would be exciting. Yeah, I think it's coming. It's in January
Yes.
25th through the 29th or something. I remember.
Well, Marianne, if you're listening and you can pull it off, dude, I'm in.
Come on, folks. Let's get him into the NAMM show. We need Mind of Fury in there. Ghee. I totally see you there. Okay, so now I've got to ask you, what is your most memorable moment backstage? Was it like a funny moment that happened? Or, because there's always moments on stage or backstage that a musician's like, so tell me a story, like the craziest thing or the funniest thing that you've ever seen.
Well, I will tell you something that changed my life.
Okay, let's hear it. I like this kind of stuff.
When I was 23, I was in a band and Yngwie Malmsteen was coming to town in Chile, in my country where I come from. And we were supposed to be on that bill as an opening act. At last minute, the promoter pulled my band out of the bill.
Oh no.
No, come on, what are you doing? So I went to he at the time, that was in 2001, he had a record store where they sell merch and CDs and all that stuff back in the day. And I came to the store like, what the hell, dude? You're killing me, man, blah, blah, blah. And I'm starting to get a little bit out of control. And he's like, no, take it easy, man. I'm going to offer you something better. Oh, really? What can be better than that? Right. No, come with me. We're going to the airport and we're picking up Yngwie so you can meet him in person. And
oh, wow.
And I'm like, wow, really? Yeah, come with me. You came just in the perfect moment. Okay. So we hop in the van and we went to the airport and there it is, Yngwie.
Oh my goodness.
So he said, hey, hi, I'm the promoter, blah, blah, blah. They talk business and stuff like that. And then, this is Ghee, and he's going to be in charge of you. Whatever you need, you ask him.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, wow. And then he's like, hey, hi, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm presenting myself. Yeah, I'm just, working on the organization, but let me tell you, I'm a big fan and blah, blah, blah. And I really love your latest album, Alchemy. I know you're here to promote the latest one, and World Wars that I like too, but I would like to know if you're going to play something of Alchemy. He's like, no, unfortunately not, but you know what? Don't worry about it. We're going to give you a show that you will never forget. Well, the shows were incredible. There were 2 shows in September of 2001 after what happened here in 9/11.
Right.
But basically the experience was that I had a mentor. I had the chance to talk to someone that at some point in life was like me at the time, So I was able to ask a lot of stuff, ask for a private mentor session with someone that you admire.
Right.
And you can ask, about the instrument, music business, a lot of information, and actually have access to go to sound check with him and play the guitar, and he showed me his whole equipment and all. So in other words, I was able to see him as another human being, not as a huge megastar or the king of shred.
Right.
Yeah. See the human side. And in other words, that showed me that it's possible. It's possible to inspire other people. It's possible to make a living being a musician. It's possible to be successful. It's possible. A lot of stuff is possible if you put it in your mind, basically.
And that's so
that
true.
Changed my life.
It's so amazing that what a blessing that was, that one door closed for another really amazing door to open. And, and you got that really one-on-one experience, humanizing experience. And I think that that is so amazing. I mean, what a blessing. I feel like, I mean, we get what's coming to us in some ways, and that was definitely coming your direction. That's so cool.
No, it was amazing. And being there, like, hey, did you heard, I don't know, my concerto suite? At the time, that was an album that came out in 98, but because I was in South America and, well, internet at the time was limited. It wasn't like now that you go on YouTube and you can see whatever. You've been hours looking at videos and music. It was a different time. So it's like, no, I haven't heard it yet. Okay, man, hey, put the track. And he played a piece. He played Fugue just for me. In sound check, I'm standing on stage looking at him playing it and listening and hearing the amp and everything. I met Derek Sherinian that he played with Dream Theater. He was in the band at the time. Mick Shervino, he was the bass player for Richie Blackmore. Doogie White, he was singer for Rainbow. So it was like a big impact, really. It was a blessing, really, yeah.
Well, that's really awesome. Now, I've got some questions here about your bandmates. So how did you guys all come together for Mind of Fury? Was it just like a one at a time, or was it just kind of like three guys that knew each other that wanted to form a band?
Well, I played with Nick Marino in 2013. I came to the States in 2012. I met Nick Marino. He's still Yngwie Malmsteen keyboardist or nice. Keyboard player. So I met him on one of the shows here in Orlando, and I gave him my CD, and he liked my playing. So I did an album with him, Eternal Fire, NZM Eternal Fire. So, but I still I was craving to do my own thing, Right. So I quit the band, and I met Henry Moreno on drums. I met him through Band Mix, and I was in touch with Mike Frankenbush, Mickey, on bass, because of the Nick Marino thing. Nice. They are in South Florida.
Oh, very cool.
Mickey's in Boca Raton. I'm in Orlando, and Henry's in Orlando as well. So I told Mickey, dude, I have this amazing drummer here, man. If I don't know, I know you have your songs. Maybe we can put that on the album. I can write the other ones. And are you in? And he's like, yeah. Because at the time he was playing with some other people, but it wasn't working. He was stuck with those guys for 10 years or something. Nothing happened. So yeah, he came and okay, I'm in. I don't care. So we started working together, and we looked for a singer, and we couldn't find one. So that's why I'm singing. And Mickey stepped up, and she's doing backing vocals with Henry, and I don't know. We were happy ever after or something like that.
That is awesome. So you guys have been together for quite a while now, and that's great. So now let me ask you this. I have curiosities. Now, is the, metal scene in Chile, is it like a huge rock and roll scene and metal scene? I mean, I'm so fascinated with other countries and like the music.
Yeah, for example, if you are in Metallica, if you're part of Metallica, Iron Maiden, or Yhee, well, if you're an Iron Maiden and you go and play Chile, basically Maiden has to play not in a stadium, in a soccer stadium. They play in where the horse racing,
okay.
That kind of venue.
Oh wow!
That it's bigger than a stadium.
Oh jeez. Wow.
The metal is big. It's huge. But for international bands, now local bands, not that much,
Right.
you know. But yeah, so I'm very influenced by American metal or an European metal, South American metal as well. Metal is big, but if you're a local star, not too much.
Right. Yeah. No, I can totally see that. Now, I want to start talking about your songs that we are going to be playing for my amazing listeners at the end of our hour. And, you know, we're going to start out with talking about Screaming in Silence and what that song meant to you when writing it and kind of what the vibe of the song is. So can you let the fabulous listeners know your thoughts?
Well, first of all, that song came to me as a rhythm thing.
Oh, wow.
So I'm sitting on a table and I'm doing, I don't know if you can hear this, but this is what it came to me. Basically, it's
Nice. Yes.
so that was, oh, this is something, you know, it came to me like that. That is something unique. You don't hear that very often. So I translated into guitar, you know. Oh, I ran out of battery. Well, yeah, but to guitar is the same thing. And that developed into a whole thing and a huge intro and very like when I was recording the basic track of the song, I am like, dude, it sounds like soldiers are marching to this.
Nice.
You're like, so, oh, this is a song about soldier or something.
Oh, wow. I mean, I like how you are able to take your sound and how you created it. And it's coming through perfectly in our interview. And this is so interesting to me because I've never had a musician that, I mean, has done like, hey, let me give you a little instrumental of it. So you are my first, and I do appreciate that. Now,
yeah, but that's the story of how it came.
I just absolutely love that. And thank you so much for being so candid about it. Now let's talk about the second song we'll be playing for the listeners, and that's Now or Never. And anything you'd like to tell them about this song?
Yeah, that was well, you, the listeners, the lovely listeners, I'm gonna hear that it starts with the bass riff. So that's the riff that Mickey came to me like, dude, I have this amazing riff. And he showed it to me. Okay, and I'm like, wow, that's going to be the intro. Oh, really? Yeah, really. So we start working on it. And so he's playing that. And then the band, me and Henry come in and we play that riff. And then Mickey's still playing that riff, but I'm playing chords and I'm singing the verse, and then we do chorus that is a different part, and it's basic, very, very structurally talking is very basic, but it's very powerful. It's simple but powerful. And I don't know, I started writing the lyrics and it came like, you know, what happened with the pandemic,
Right.
you know. So it's a little bit deep, but I think I like it. It's good. I love it.
I like deep songs, you know, because it is like food for thought in many ways. You know, I have a playlist that, you know, is just so diverse, and each song makes me feel so differently. And that's what I love about music, is it takes on a different meaning to each person. And, you know, I am absolutely and totally enjoying this interview with you, Ghee. You've been so wonderful and so candid and so open. And, you know, it allows, you know, the listeners and your future fans and your fans in general to get to know you and a little bit deeper side of you. I think that it's nice when we can humanize each other and just be humanized in the first place. And you're amazing. Okay,
Thank you.
Let's talk. You're welcome. Let's talk about number 3 and Never Again.
Well, that's a song about heartbreak.
Okay, I kind of got that vibe off of it, I mean, yeah.
It's about a toxic relationship, people that they're together, they're not together, and together again, and and suddenly the main character of the song says, I had enough, I'm done.
Right.
So it has that vibe, the melody, it's kind of a little bit Queensryche in a way.
Love it.
Like, into the Australia, something like that.
Wow.
Vibe-wise, it's not that I was inspired by that, but when I was working on it, it was like the vibe, the feeling that I had.
You're amazing, and your voice is just like, I like imagine your voice as I'm going up, like instead of the stairway to heaven, it's the escalator to heaven because technology has gotten better. So when I'm on the escalator to heaven, I'm going to be expecting to be hearing that sound that you just made. I'm like, yeah, that is really exciting. Okay. Now, do you guys have any new singles that you guys are going to be dropping in 2024? Any surprises for us? You can give us a little hint.
Probably one of those 2 other songs that we were talking about.
Oh,
Screaming
nice.
in Silence is the first single. That one was released in October.
Right.
So far, we have 110,000 views on YouTube and a lot of streams on Spotify and, all the streaming services. But I think, Now or Never Again could be the next one.
Oh,
we haven't decided yet, but I think one of those 2.
Well, that is super exciting. I can't wait until you guys are out getting around and playing live. I want to see you guys play live. And I am a huge fan of your website. Your website is so informative, and you guys just embody the look and the essence of old school rock stars, right? And I just absolutely love it. And there's so much information even on your guys' bio, you know what I mean? And your band and, you and yourself, and you know what I mean? It's really awesome that, I just love it when bands have great websites where people can go to. And, speaking of that, how can people find you? So give your website, YouTube, any Spotify, and obviously, anything that you want the listeners to know. And remember, folks, if you don't have a pen and paper or you don't remember something, you can go to www.iloveshannyshow.com, and Mind of Fury's flyer will be posted up on my website, and underneath their flyer will be all of their social media links and their website, so you can connect with them right away. So, Ghee, how do the amazing listeners find you?
All right. So first of all, they got to remember, Mind of Fury. Mind of Fury. So if you type Mind of Fury on Google, I just did that, and I found our website, our Facebook, our YouTube, Encyclopedia Metallum, Metal Archives were there too. Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram, Spirit of Metal, everything. We're everywhere. Mind the Fury, even in Amazon Music. Teespring, that's where we have our merch.
Oh, very cool.
All right, so you see, if you type Teespring, T-E-E Spring, like the season.com, official Mind the Fury store, or just You can type Mind the Fury merch. Let's see what happens. If you see Mind the Fury merch, you will see our t-shirts and everything immediately. I will take you immediately to our official store.
Well, that is super amazing. And so hopefully y'all got that down out there. And if not, like he said, go ahead and go to the Google search. They do get around in a good way, and you will find the band Mind of Fury.
Actually, we're the only Mind of Furies.
Which is awesome, you know. I mean, it makes it so much easier, you know, to basically be your own name, which is great.
Yeah, and I actually, my real name is Guillermo from Chile. I'm Guillermo. I'm a Hispanic guy.
I love that name, Guillermo. I do. So I think it's so cute.
When I came to America, I found out that everybody was, I don't know. One time I was called Guantanamo, Gil, Guillermo, Guillermo. So I made it in English, like G-H-E-E-Y-E-H. Half of my name, Guille. So anybody can read this, I guess, I thought. But it seems like everybody calls me Ghee. So, well, whatever. But if you type my name, I'm the only one too.
Which is, I mean, very unique. I actually love the name Guillermo. So I'm just letting you know I'm sending you a heart on that one. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show and allow myself and my listeners to get to know you. I hope that we, you know, stay in contact of when, you know, in venues that you're playing at. And, you know, if you've got a tour date or anything like that, let me know. And I would be happy and so willing to announce it on the show.
Thank you.
And definitely put it up on the website as well. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of you guys. And I know that the listeners are going to love these 3 amazing songs that we're going to be playing: Screaming in Silence, Now or Never Again. And remember, folks, to please like, follow, and share. Add these songs to your playlist. Let's support our amazing musicians that keep us out there and keep us active and keep us rocking. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. And for those of you who would like to, you're most definitely welcome. Reach out to the show. You can go to my website, iloveshannyshow.com. And there's a little icon there that you can click to send me questions or reach out. Or you can reach out to iloveshannyshow@gmail.com. And I'm always happy to respond to you. And folks, don't forget that you can go to the website underneath the flyer and click on all of the links. But the most important thing you do today is to support this amazing musician and the band Mind of Fury. For this week, folks, I'm going to be doing a send-off, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you, everyone, and bye.
Bye.